Well, hello, fellow Minecrafters. This is Eraloth, and welcome to episode 11. I have a couple of new cool things to show you. This is our digital miner, working very well. It's picking up tons of ore. We're now powering it through the quantum entangloporter, which is hooked up to our wind turbines back at home base. And we're also piping our ores back to the quantum entangloporter. Remember that we can use this to transport not just energy, but items and fluids and gases and heat as well. So let's take a look at the base. We're going to use this new item that I made, the portable teleporter from Mechanism. This actually lets us teleport to any of our existing portals. And it is a game changer because no matter where we are, if we get into trouble, we can basically just use it to right-click and hop out of a situation. So cool. Our base has been updated a bit. We have some new blocks. These are lapis blocks through chisel. Here's some factory blocks with semi-transparent fans. Really looks nice. I thought I'd spruce it up a little bit. I've also updated our storage system. So if you remember, we had a 1K drive in initially. I've added quite a few extra drives. Kind of went nuts. And now we have a lot of items. So looking at our grid, we have thousands of all of these items here. Lapis and blocks of iron. I think we are definitely getting into late, certainly mid-game, maybe late mid-game in terms of the quantities that we have now. One thing I wanted to show you with this refined storage mod is something called the wireless grid. Let's see if I have it in my inventory. I don't think I do, so let's go ahead and make one. If we don't have one, I thought I had one. So we can make this wireless grid. It just takes an advanced processor and ender pearl, which we have tons of. And now we'll need to power it up. Let's go ahead and stand on the charger, and we'll let that charge up. I'm probably going to set up a wireless charger at some point, so we won't even have to stand on this block. So if we right-click on this, it does not bring up the grid. This is supposed to be a portable wireless grid, but I think we need something else. Let's pull up the mod. We're going to need the wireless transmitter. So what do we need for that? We need a machine casing. We've got that. And let's go ahead and make our machine casing. And we should be able to stick this on any of these blocks. Let's go ahead and just put it on top of here. And see if we can get this working. So it's still not working. I think we have to right-click on the controller, shift right-click to bind this to that particular controller, and then when we right-click, there we go. We now have wireless access to our inventory, and I've moved all the boxes into this. All those boxes that we had here, they've all been moved. It doesn't look like we can craft from this, but that's okay. And this has a range, I think, of about 16 blocks. So yeah, we can get to this anywhere. So convenient. This is really, really nice. There's some additional grids here, which I'll go into a little bit later. This is a pattern grid. We're going to use this to start auto-crafting some things. Another thing I wanted to show you, actually, let's go ahead and go to our sleeping quarters. We're going to go through this door. This is a Melissa's doors, sliding iron door. And there's a player sensor, which works like an obsidian plate. It only triggers a redstone signal for a player. And we'll go ahead and sleep. You can see over here, when I wake up again, well, a couple things. So this is a Draconian ore. I put this on a display stand. I thought this was worthy of a nice little display in the room. This is part of the Draconic evolution mod, which gives us some very nice high-end gear armor as well as weapons. And it's also going to bring us the energy pylon, the energy core, which gives us the ability to store lots of energy. Something you're definitely going to want to play with are these screens. These are actually drawing 1 GP from our extra utilities mod. In fact, we can use this power manager, right click on it, and you can see we currently have 9 water mills set up that are pumping out 144 GP. We're using 8 GP continuously for a chunk loading ward, as well as a 2 GP for the screens. These screens are awesome. As you can see, this is a really nice picture. But what's really cool about this is when you right-click on this, any image that is less than this maximum size and is static, you can any image on imager.com, you can enter it here, enter its URL, and it'll display in game. So here's an example. This is a map to a very cool game. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This is from a long time ago. This is a map to a house that has a trophy case, a lamp, a sword. There's a jewel-encrusted egg. It's from a game called Zork. Very cool. I've also set up some lamps here. This is actually Additions lamp. And let me show you what's going on with the items. So here's our main storage. I've cleared out some room here just so we can see what's going on. This is now up to 100 million RF. And here's our quantum entangloporter that is powering the miner. It's also taking these the ores that are coming from the miner, and it is sending them off to this item interface. So the item interface is connected to something called an item laser relay. Let's see. Yeah, advanced item laser relay, which is basically our main input for all the things that are being mined from the digital miner. So that puts it on a network, just like the energy laser relays that we're using for power wirelessly, which I've upgraded to advanced energy relays since we need more. We definitely need more power. This works the same way. It's wireless items, and once you have the items in a wireless network, you can set up these advanced relays and set filters. For example, this guy is filtered for slate, sulfur, niter, and coal, and those will get fed into each of the machines. So I have filters set on each of these or doubling processors. So this one, the actually additions crusher and furnace, they're basically processing the bulk of these ores. And then I also have some going to this. This is the enricher, which does a wonderful job of giving us lots of redstone for redstone ore, lapis, and nether quartz. It gives us like a 6 multiplier or 12 multiplier in some cases. The remainder of the items that aren't being processed are actually sent into this catch-all, and this has just got everything that I haven't caught yet. So I'm not done yet, but I think this is a nice way to process ores. You could also just send them all into your grid, which is actually what's happening. As soon as these are done processing, the output is set to the right side here, which is another item interface. So this gets sent back to another item laser relay, which sends it back into the system here. So the idea is that basically we have automated ore processing now. It's coming in from the miner or any other number of miners that we want if we want to scale up. And they basically get processed automatically and then get put back into the system, so we don't have to do this shuffling around. It's a nice way to set it up. I really like it. What else to show you? So let's take a look at the environmental tech mod. We've talked about this for a while. I've gone ahead and made this digital guide just using alabaster or basalt and a book. These are the 3 stones, the ores that are part of this mod. And if we check it out, we can see basically what it's about. This is providing us with different options for generating energy. We have the lightning rod, the solar array, and then we can also use this to make an ore miner. This is actually different than the digital miner and the miners we've done before, because it actually creates, I guess the premise is that it mines underneath bedrock, so it's actually producing ore for energy. So this will give us an infinite supply. It's very, very costly in terms of resources and power, but the same thing for the void resource miner. This is going to give us a really nice way to get just unlimited resources down the road once we get our power situation kind of updated. So let's see what it would take to make one of the higher tier solar panel controllers. Oh, by the way, I wanted to point out the solar array. So at tier 1, we're going to skip over that, but it makes basically 1100 RF per tick. Tier 2 is the one we're going to make. This will give us 6400 RF per tick. We could make a tier 3, which gives us 25k per tick. However, we're missing one thing. And if we go to the tier 3, we're missing this mica. This can only be gotten, I believe, through the void resource miner. So we have to make that first. So let's go ahead and make... well, let's go ahead and make the resource miner first. Oh, we can't, because we don't have end stone. So we're going to have to get to the end. And we're going to have to fight that dragon. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and make a tier 2. This is actually, the tier 2 requires solar panel controllers, solar cells, which is clear glass. Let's go ahead and make a couple of these. So this is enriched sand. I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the smelting factory, which is fully upgraded. This has energy upgrades. Actually, it doesn't have fully upgraded energy, but it has speed, 10x. And you can see it whipping it out. Now, where this is going is back into the item relay, back into the grid. So we'll actually see this. If we look at glass, I think the clear glass has been made right there. So very cool. I really like having all the items consolidated in one place. So first order of business is we need to make a bunch of these solar cells. We're going to need actually quite a few of these. So let's make 2 stacks of these photovoltaic cells, and we'll make 2 of these ones. I'm going to make a bunch of these solar cells actually, because we'll need these for this. We need 2 of these to make a tier 2, and then I think we have what we need for the tier 2. Wonderful. We also need to make an assembler. This is the item that's going to allow us to create the blocks. So we need a structure tier 2 to do that. We need a tier 1. So let's make the tier 1, and then we'll make a tier 2, which is this guy, diamonds and redstone. All right, we should have what we need, and we get our achievement. Woohoo! We are ready to assemble. Let's go ahead and put our solar panel array right here for now. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll stick it... actually, I'm going to raise this up a bit. So let's get a couple of blocks. Just some stone. Some regular... some alabaster might look nice, so let's do that. And we're going to prop this this up a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll put, because I want to make room for the connectors. And then we'll put the controller on top, and then we're going to right-click to build. We can't build anything yet because we need, to make this, we need 24 structure block tier 2s, 25 solar cells, and 4 modifier cores. All right, so let's go ahead and see. We should have our solar cells, right? Yeah, we have plenty of solar cells. And then we need our structure blocks, tier 2. So let's go look at that. What is that about? Okay, so we need, what did it say, 20, 24, 25, 26, I don't know. We'll just do that many. And then we'll make a tier 2. And then we need the modifier core. Okay, so that is... Now what this does is it allows us to set up modifiers, like speed modifiers for the generators, the ore generators, as well as a modifier that lets the solar panels work in rain. However, this is getting back to our mica, which we don't have. So we're just going to go ahead and make 3 of these, 4 of these actually, and it looks like we need some more clear glass. Wow. Okay, so let's throw a bunch of these in the smelter again. And we'll go ahead and run this. Make some clear glass, right? Let's see, we need modifier core. That should be enough. Oh, more than enough. Okay, so we only need 4. So we should have all the ingredients to all the items to make this solar panel. So I'm just going to right click, and if I right click once, it's going to start adding blocks, and I'll just do a bunch of right clicking. So hopefully it's completed. Hopefully we won't put a block where we're standing, and we are done. There it is. So this is our solar cell. It should be working very nicely at nighttime. Not. So let's go ahead and sleep. And I think what we'll do is we need to actually connect a, what did it say? It makes, wow, 6,400 RF per tick. That is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an advanced energy laser relay, just one, and I'm going to connect this to our power network. So we need the laser wrench, and we need to right click there. Then we'll go, actually we'll go down here. Oops. And just stick this right here on the end and connect it. And now we have just introduced another 6,400 RF per tick in addition to the power that's being generated by our 21 windmills, which I think is over 5,000 per tick. So we are just humming along on on energy. This is awesome. And remember, this once we get our ore generation set up, I mean our resource generator, we can actually increase this and upgrade the tiers. Okay, let's check out the automated crafting capabilities in refined storage, because it is pretty cool. To do that, to do automated crafting, you're going to need 3 things basically. You need a crafter, which is the machine that is actually going to do the crafting. This is just advanced processor machine casing, which is just quartz enriched iron. And then the construction core is glowstone and basic processor. Destruction core is nether quartz and basic processor. And then you're going to need a pattern. So let's go ahead and make that. That's just glass, redstone, and quartz enriched iron. We have that. And we'll need a pattern grid. So this is made in the solder with an advanced processor, a grid, and a pattern. Actually, we have one here. And you'll notice this, unlike the normal grid, the crafting grid, this has a little extra GUI addition here. This allows us to load patterns. And suppose we want to make a crafting table. One of the simplest things. So what we're saying here is that 4 planks in this configuration over here will make a crafting table. We'll encode this pattern, and now we have a pattern for 1 crafting table. If we load this into the crafter, which has slots for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 crafters, but I think we can chain the crafters together. We can now go to our grid, and if we enter crafting table, we'll see that it appears in the grid, and And by the way, that's because display is set to normal. If we tell it to not display craftables, it'll disappear. We can also say only display craftables. But we'll do normal, which is a combination of the craftables as well as the items stored. And if we click on this, we can actually make 10 crafting tables. And you'll see these start to appear. And this crafter is actually making them. I also made this crafting monitor, which allows us to kind of check on the progress. So this is really cool. Now, there's another capability for the autocrafter. If we actually, suppose we want to tell the autocrafter to turn wood into charcoal. So we need our charcoal. Let's see, charcoal. And if we try to make a pattern for that, we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. See, because the wood will immediately turn into 4 planks. But let's take this pattern and bring it over to this other machine. And by the way, this is called a processing pattern encoder, and you make this with patterns and enriched iron and a machine casing, crafting table, furnace. I already have one over here, and we'll load this up. And now we can take our oak wood. And we can say for every oak wood we can produce charcoal if we run it through a particular machine. Okay, so how do we use this? We can't actually load this into here. I don't think that would work. We can try it. Let's only craftables. Let's go ahead and take out our charcoal, and we'll tell it to craft one. Okay, and nothing happens because we can't actually craft that without using a machine. So what we'll do is we'll grab a crafting table and go back to normal display. I think I have an extra crafter here. I've already run a cable from see the cable underneath the brewing stand there. That is a let me show you what that is. That's one of these, the refined storage cable, and I've run it underground back here, and it's sticking out over here behind this alloy smelter, which is what we're going to use to make the charcoal. So we can use this Yeti wrench, and this is actually from Ender.io, but you can use other wrenches too, electrical steel, stone gear, and we're going to spin this around until the face of this crafter is pointed down to the alloy smelter, and I think we can infer that because it's not visible in any other direction. Okay, so now we'll take this oak wood to charcoal crafting recipe, stick it in there. There's nothing in the alloy smelter, and by the way, the output of the smelter is already set to push out to an item interface, which sends it back into the grid, into our refined storage. So now, if we try to load charcoal, let's go ahead and try to craft, say, 10 charcoal. A stack. Let's do a stack. All right, and now we have our charcoal appearing on our display, and there we go. It's getting loaded into the system. How cool is that? So now if we look at our charcoal, we're actually getting some. It's not too fast. We can actually do, I think there are speed upgrades. But this is great, and you can imagine this can actually be extended because this works for alloy smelters. We can use it on other machines. We can combine it, I think, with the constructor and the destructor to probably do things like perhaps even auto-craft something in the Empowerer. That'd be something we could try. But this is, yeah, this is pretty cool. So this is, once we add additional crafting recipes, we can stack these up, and I think refined storage is actually smart enough to also chain things together. So if we need for example, an axe, a wooden axe or a stone axe, and we need sticks to make the stone axe, it'll make those sticks as well if there's a crafting recipe. So that is the basics of refined storage auto crafting. Oh, something else I forgot to mention is that crafting recipe, we can actually change it to craft 3 charcoal at a time. Since we're using the alloy smelter, that would actually not be a bad idea. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll make this a little more efficient. We can right-click, shift right-click, I think clears this, this pattern. And now we can say that 3 of the wood creates 3 charcoal. And the advantage is that's going to let us, of course, create, in theory, it should allow us to do 3 at a time. So this works for other things as well. In particular, might be worth using this for processing stacks at a time in the advanced factories. So we'll definitely mess around with that. So if we take our charcoal out, yeah, there's 3. So now if we do 65, we should get 3 at a time. There we go. All right. Very cool. Okay, so we're going to look at RFTools. This is a mod that is definitely one of my favorites. And we've actually seen some of these dimlit parcels pop up when we were running the Ender farm over here. This is one of the drops, and this is dropping these dimlit terrain types and modifiers, which are going to be used to create dimensions, which we'll definitely get into. Note that RFTools also has matter receivers, transmitters, which are the teleportation options. It has storage options. It has different types of monitors for power. You can generate power using the Endergenic generator. So lots and lots of options. Today, though, I want to focus on the builder. This requires some bricks. So we're going to go ahead and cook up a couple clay. Let me go ahead and dump this out. And we'll just do a quick, we'll throw these quickly into the smelter, cook up some brick, and we'll make the builder. So the builder has a couple of uses. It allows us to create structures, automatically build structures. It also has the ability to mine. Act as a quarry, which is very cool, and it is fast. That's one thing I want to show you. So the basis of the builder here is to give it shape cards. So I'm going to get a couple of these, and I'll put a couple back into the system because we want to build. I'm going to build a void shape card. So this is the normal shape card is what's used to define structures. The void will have structures that you want completely voided out. The quarry is exactly what it sounds like. It's a way to quarry out an area. In this case, though, you can define an arbitrary area and a variety of different shapes. And I'm going to make this a clearing quarry by adding the quarry shape card to glass. So the normal quarry will work like the digital miner and just pick out the things that you want. But in this case, we're going to try. Yeah, let's try it this way. We'll quarry out we'll make a hole. So let's go ahead and get an advanced laser. And I'm going to set up the. Let's go ahead and sleep. And we'll set up the builder block right here, and we get this achievement, Bob the Builder. Okay, cool. And I'm going to put the energy laser relay here, And we will go ahead and connect this to our power. So that should give this block some power. Yep, it does. And let's go ahead and put a switch here. And we're going to use that to activate the builder. So the way this works is every shape card you have to shift and then right-click the shape card onto the builder block. It has to be a builder block. And we're going to go ahead and define just a rectangular shape here. We right-clicked here as one edge of the block and here as the other. And if I right-click in the air, you can see the resulting dimensions. Now the y-coordinate is only 1 because we just made this 1 block high, but we'll go ahead and let's make this 10. And you can see over here that this defines, this also updates the number of blocks within this to make this shape. So we have a box, and we just right-clicked onto this builder block, which installed the shape card, and then we can select preview to actually see a preview of the box. And there we go. These are just support blocks. They're temporary, but I guess we can break them. That's cool. You can see that indeed it's a shape. It looked like it built around the torch here as well. Now what's nice is if we went ahead and grab some, I don't know, let's grab some wood. We'll mix it up a little bit with some roof tile because we have a lot of this. This is insane. And we can load this into, if you put a box on top of the builder, you can actually feed it any type of block that is buildable. And now if we activate the builder, watch what happens. Ta-da! We just built this structure. And it looks like it's a combination of the roof tile as well as the it kind of mixed them together, which may be an effect that you want. And if we look inside here, indeed it is a box. Now that's kind of impressive. But let me show you. So I'm spinning this guy around. Let me show you some of the other items. So we have this shape. Let's say we want to get rid of this this structure. So if we use the void, again we shift right click onto the builder block, and then we'll right click onto this corner. And the void card, if we load this into the builder like thus, it will actually do what you would think. It'll void all the blocks, and they're gone. So they do not go back into the box. They are simply gone. So that's pretty cool. Another thing you can do is we can use this clearing quarry. Let's go here. We'll go back to base. Hang on. We'll just go right here. I'll make a small area. And whoops, we also have to shift right click onto the builder block. We'll click on this block, and then let's take this block, and that'll give us our rectangular region. And then at that point, I'm spinning this block around again. Okay, now we want to adjust the settings. So this is only going to go from 0 to a height of 3. Let's go ahead and bring this down to say -20, and then we'll go up to 25, I guess, height. That should be it. And we're going to make this a solid block, something solid. Actually, let's do a solid sphere. That would be cool. Okay, let's try that. That's 876 blocks. If we load that in, I think if we flip the switch on this, let's see, 76. What's happening? What's happening? I can't see anything. Oh, we probably went down too far. Hang on a second. Let's bring this out again. 25 minus 20. Let's go to 50. Yeah, let's make sure that we're actually going to see this. And one way we can do that is through there we go, through this preview mode. Okay, so let's try this again. We'll restart it, and wow, there it goes. And there you are. It's that's right, we made this kind of an elliptoid shape. Look how fast it just went. Oh, and there's a bat. We can actually use bat wings. Hang on a second. So for mining, this is just fabulous. I mean, very, very, very fast. I'm not going to try to catch this bat. I will never get it. I will never get it. You're embarrassing me, you bat. Where's my flamethrower? That's it. Yeah, that's how we do it. Okay, so that is probably our most efficient mining option. Remember, we just defined this area, but it is an arbitrary area, and all of these items have just been picked up. Now, another thing that's interesting is the quarry card. I don't know if I showed you, but we can actually cancel out certain items, so we can tell it not to dig cobble or stone. There's also a silk variation of this card. Now, we looked at this shape earlier. I think this one, right? Now let's say we wanted to. What's really interesting about this is we're not really limited to, by size with this. So we can make a shape that's pretty large. For example, let me show you. We can do a torus. So this would be a solid torus. That's 849,000 blocks. But why don't we make just a regular torus, 60,000 blocks. Okay. And we'll load this in. And I'm not going to run this, but look at this. Look at this this shape. So if we were to load 85,000 blocks in, and I think we might do that at some point, we can construct this this shape. And we could do this, for example, out of glass. This is a no-kidding structure, so as you can see, we can run through here. Just absolutely awesome. And, I've been thinking we can use this for maybe our sky base and make something fairly massive in the sky. This is just amazing. So I think with that, I'm going to leave you to ponder this and play with this mod yourself. Now, in the next episode, what I'd like to do is use the shield generator, and we're going to make a mob trap or a mob farm out of that, and I'll show you how that works. But for now, thank you for watching this episode, and I hope I'll see you in episode 12.